Hello everyone, thanks for joining us again. Ian Bourne and Wendy Clifford here from Cloud 2020. We just wanted to give you a bit of an update from our most recent excursion to South Coast Summit, which Ian and I very much enjoyed. We enjoyed meeting a lot of people, but we went in Ian's electric vehicle, so his new electric car, which I think, Ian, you bought for commuting rather than long distance.
Yes, bizarrely, I bought it literally a couple of months before lockdown, and I bought it because my travel to work distance is 9 miles, and I calculated that if I bought this little Golf, I could go to work and back all week and not have to worry about charging it, which is great. Of course, with lockdown, we're not going to work. The only time I've used it since now has been much longer journeys, and it's really not designed for that, as we found out.
We did, and I think you wrote about it in at your website, ianbourne.com, and posted on LinkedIn. We had a bit of a journey coming back again. Let's put it like that, and it took rather longer than it would normally have taken. However, we'll draw a veil over that because it got us thinking about sustainability issues. Also, the experience of South Coast Summit was fabulous, but the amount of plastic that was generated, both in terms of the swag and then, you know, providing people with an individual bottle for their meal for 2 days, 2,000 people, 2 days, morning and afternoon, that's a lot of plastic. And so we came back and we started thinking about this with regards to the Scottish Summit, which we're planning to attend in February. And we thought, well, why not set ourselves a challenge? How do we get there carbon neutral? And then when we're there, how do we measure the impact of us staying there in terms of sustainability carbon neutral? So that's kind of what we're talking about today, very briefly, and presenting. Ian, I don't know about you, but I'm quite excited by this challenge.
Do you know, it's bizarre when you, because I remember the first thing you picked up on as we were driving back, you started to mention this, you know, and before we'd been to the 7 different charging stations to try and find some electricity,
yes.
and you said, just think of all that, you know, we had a boot full of swag. I mean, you know, crazy, and then we started to, it really did start to kick off that whole idea, and then you said after a few days, well, let's do a kind of like Top Gear challenge about getting to Glasgow in the most carbon effective way. Okay, so we've got to take the Golf. Well, yeah, fine. So the Golf can do 120 miles on a good day, and it's 385 miles. Well, it's going to be more than that because we're going to pick up Katie on the way in Manchester. And suddenly, you know, then logistics start kicking off. How do we measure that? What are the measures that are out there? And then next minute we're talking to BEIS about their ratio measurements and how they got that, what have you. Then you raise the issue of, well, according to that, the car is rated 0 emissions, but somebody's creating electricity somewhere, and surely that's creating carbon. And suddenly the discussion really gets very interesting, be very animated.
Yes, it does. And I think we're now looking at how we can benchmark where we are,
Yep.
what goals we have for next year with regards to reducing it further, what kind of actions we'll take. And I know we're now talking about how can we pull that into Dynamics, of course, or a Power App. So, you know, we just want to kind of raise this as a project. We're going to be looking at our own sustainability processes, how we're going to get to meet people in a way that actually maintains some of the improvements that we've seen made during the lockdown, because we all stayed at home. But then how are we heating our homes? And it's a fascinating subject. We don't have all the answers, but we're really excited about this trip. We're excited about how we're going to measure that. We're excited about those decisions that we're going to make and doing it a slightly different way, I think.
Yeah. I say it's the start of a journey in more than one respect, really.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, I'm very excited about it, and I love the fact that it's a challenge, and we're applying technology to that challenge to see how we can do something about it.
So we don't have the answers yet, no doubt there are some answers out there. If you've got some of those, feel free to pop them into the chat underneath this video. We'd really like to hear from you about how you're going to challenge yourself to be in the world a little bit more sustainably once we're coming back to meeting people again.